wedding season is upon us, and if your social calendar is booked for the next few months with nuptials, we are here with a few reminders for the do's and don'ts for wedding guests.
And we are excited to welcome back Maryanne Parker. She's an etiquette expert, and we are excited because we have lots and lots of questions for you. And okay, so one of the controversial things that we all talk about is wearing white. Are we allowed to wear white?
Well, this is a very good question.
If you're
actually,
not the bride.
if you're not the bride, yes. Actually, this comes from the history back in the day. A lot of traditions involved from the 15th century. Actually, the first princess was documented in 15th century. But now the trends are changing because if you can wear white as long you don't upscale the bride, because the attention should be on the bride, not on you. At the same time, you don't want to look very bridal. So if you're wearing something white or in general white outfit or whatever you're wearing, just you can match with something really bright jewelry, bright scarf, very big statement of a belt, whatever you decide, but you can't really be too bridal. Could be very appropriate.
So the whole goal is to not upstage.
You can't really do that because it's very rude.
Accessories
yes,
then.
accessorize.
Okay, and then who pays the bill? Traditionally, it was like the bride's parents that paid for the wedding, right?
Very true. So this is very good point because I'll be one of those lucky parents one day probably, but 73% of the newlyweds actually are paying their bills. This is a very high percentage. So I don't know if the people are getting married a little older and they're more mature, more responsible, or just in general people are more responsible. But the parents of the bride are not paying the bill any longer, and I think that that's very progressive.
So who is paying the bill? I mean, the
newlyweds, the couple.
The couple's actually doing it.
They are doing it. 73%.
I've got 2 girls.
I know.
That's amazing for us parents.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about traditionally weddings are restricted to +1s.
Yeah.
All right.
This is true because
talk about that.
That's a very important point because when you receive an invitation, you can't really bring anybody if he's not indicated on the invitation. But the rule, the new modern rule is that actually you can bring a +1 even if you're not engaged or married. And we actually saw it for very high-profile weddings when the guest wasn't married, neither engaged. So you can do so. We're living in a different dynamics, very different atmosphere, is a modern day, and you can bring your significant one even if nobody else knows them.
Okay, so there are a lot of things that have changed.
Yes.
But let's talk about some of the classic rules that have not changed. First, you need to be invited.
Yes, you need an invitation. If you don't have an invitation, you can't really attend the wedding because this is extremely intrusive and you won't be the favorite guest there.
No.
So you definitely cannot attend. You'll be a wedding crasher and you don't want to be known as such.
Nope.
Okay. And you still need to bring a gift. Yes.
You definitely need to bring a gift. Of course, if they let you know that you cannot bring it at the reception, you need to follow the rules because some newlyweds, they prefer charitable organizations. So they'll direct you what to do. But if you go to a registry and they indicated, we prefer a registry, they do have a website. Probably it's a good idea for you to follow their instructions. But if you don't want to, because some people don't like registries, they think that it's not traditional, so they don't follow it. You can bring a handmade gift or something that you desire from your heart. So you need to put some personal touch.
It's the thought behind it.
Exactly.
And then, is there a rule for how much we should be spending on gifts?
There is still a limitation because sometimes if you want to upscale everybody else, this is also not very good idea. Or especially if they don't bring gifts at the reception and you decide to bring just because you want to show how involved you are. This is not a good etiquette because you indicate that probably everybody else wasn't so thoughtful, and apparently is really wrong.
You're making everybody else look bad.
Yes, that's exactly what is happening.
Let's talk about the phone. Is the phone forbidden?
Well, the phone is going to be forbidden for, I think, for a long time because remember, this is not our moment to shine. So this is the bride and the groom and the family's moment. So if they decide to make videos, pictures, if they want to tag you, they'll let you know. But I think it's a very poor mannerism if you go to a wedding reception or in general in a wedding event, and if you're not allowed to take pictures and videos and you're still doing it, I think it's very, very wrong. So phones are not appropriate.
No.
These
All
are
right.
girls.
Okay. Where can we go for more information?
Mannerofmanners.com.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.